Welcome to Politics Central. Fanny here to bring you the facts about what's really going on. Today we have Ellen Arthur, our 21st President, Chester A. Arthur's wife, here to discuss his successes in office. Hello, Ms. Arthur. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, and please, it's Ellen.
So, tell us a little bit about how you and Chester first met and what made him turn into such a great president.
Well, Chet, as most people know him, was also so charming. Chet was a quartermaster general during the Civil War. He was always very concerned for civil rights, hence his support in the Civil War. Chester and I got married in October 1859, which is funny because his birthday was on October 25th, 1829. We had the loveliest wedding with only the people that mattered in our lives. It was in a small home with beautiful flowers all around. We met just walking around a lake. You see, he wouldn't stop staring, so I walked over and said, "What's the matter with you?" Then he said the most darling thing, and it was love at first sight.
Aww.
He was a man of pleasing, always doing what he can to please those around him, which is why he became such a lovely president.
How cute. Well, let's get down to the juicy stuff. Let's talk more about some of the great accomplishments of his presidency. Now tell me about this Tariff Act passed in 1883.
Yes. You see, the government was taxing the citizens so much that there was a surplus of revenue for the government. Chester believed that this was not necessary to require taxes that were not needed, so he passed this act in 1883, which everyone surely liked. In fact, many people call him Elegant Arthur or the Gentle Boss. Another great accomplishment of my husband was the Pendleton Act. Chet passed this law in 1883 to create more government jobs, which would be able to go to anyone. Getting this job would no longer result from your political preferences. Nobody would be judged for biased reasons, and everyone became equally viable.
Wow, Arthur just seems so outstanding. I have some questions now from the viewers about some of the concerns about his presidency, which maybe you'd like to help answer.
Of course.
All right, from Jenny Koala Bear 5, she asks, why would Chester Arthur support the spoils system? It is based upon rewarding those who support you with jobs and other benefits. That's like bribing people to rig your election. Ellen?
Oh, very good question to start with. Thank you, Jenny. You see, the spoils system is a practice in which a political party, after winning an election, gives government jobs to its supporters, friends, and relatives as a reward for working toward victory, and as an incentive to keep working for the party. Chet supported this due to the extra incentives for those in office to assist the president instead of hindering what the office was trying to do. It would allow those whom the president trusted to be working around with him.
Interesting. Kind of sounds more like a type of bribery to me, but to everyone their own. From 286, Ferb and Phineas Ruling Summer, racism is real and terrible. Chester A. Arthur must be racist to restrict Chinese immigration for 10 years.
Not really a question there, but I'll explain anyways. I totally agree that racism is terrible, and so does my husband. Hence his service fighting against racism as a quartermaster general in the Civil War and his push for civil rights during his presidency. The restrictions on Chinese immigration was not based on race as much as they were a step closer to national safety and economic stability. During this time, the majority of the people of America did not trust the Chinese due to previous conflicts.
Another thing to think about was that the Chinese accepted the lower wages and were taking the jobs from the citizens already living here. However, do you think that this was constitutional and just to simply ban those Chinese who were in America?
Honestly, I think it was a really tough call to make, and I think that they did the best they can in making the right choice.
Very nice. All right, from Minnie Not the Mouse 456, if your husband was such a popular and loved president, why wasn't he reelected in 1884?
You see, Minnie, Chester was suffering from a terrible case of kidney disease called Bright's disease. When you are diagnosed with this, it can be very dangerous. The blood vessels in your kidneys are inflamed, and there's a vast majority of protein. Many disorders can follow, and numerous complications can arise. Chester was the vice president of James Garfield and had to come set up when he was assassinated. The only reason Chester went into the race again was to show that he was not afraid to run again. Sadly, he passed away 2 years after the election in 1886. So, things worked out for the best, I guess.
There you have it, folks. There are the facts coming straight from our very own Ellen Arthur. It's time for you to decide. Was Chester A. Arthur the best president of all time, or was he the worst? Well, that looks like all the time we have, folks. Thanks, Ellen.
Thank you.
Have a great day.